Once again, welcome to an insightful podcast. My name is Ilana, and our panel of experts are here to help and assist and unpack. And today we're talking about emotional first aid, building resilience and vulnerability for the whole family. Our experts today, I've got my mom blogger, Marie-Louise, a social entrepreneur and as someone who changes the world for good online. Isabel, our mental health advocate as well as counselor. And Marlies, our homeopath that helps so many people. When do we feel most vulnerable?
I think vulnerability is that realization that you aren't bulletproof, and that you're out of your depth, and that you maybe have weaknesses that you don't even want to admit to.
How do we even make peace with this word?
You don't make peace with the word. You begin to accept it because it's a reality. Vulnerability, I see it as being transparent. You can choose what aspects of your life to share with certain people based off of proximity.
Mama, can you relate to that?
Yes, I think at first vulnerability to me felt like failure. And then I changed my perspective and I started seeing vulnerability as finding the learning moments, finding the value, and finding the beauty.
And what is the effects on our bodies when we are in a moment of vulnerability?
When we are vulnerable, it basically puts stress on our body because we feel uncomfortable. When we bottle up our emotions and we can't be vulnerable and we never let go, we are literally doing ourselves harm because you are going to get problems with your digestive system. You're not going to process your food well. If we keep all of those things in, we mess up our hormones. So, we don't want to admit that we're struggling with things, and all of a sudden you wonder, why am I not falling pregnant, or why is my menstrual cycle all over the show? But it messes up our immunity, it changes our energy, it interferes with our sleep. It even makes us experience pain, physical pain, on a more intense level.
Can emotions physically make you sick?
110%. And can I tell you something that people don't realize about emotions? Emotions are like guests. You open the door, you welcome it, it comes to visit, it goes away. The longer you want to suppress it or not think about it, what does your brain do? Your brain says, oh, this is important. Let's just make it let's make it the foreground. That's why unpacking feelings is so important, because it helps you now analyze your little blockages.
It doesn't appear the same for most of us. How do you experience it in your home?
I think the base that we always start from is creating a safe space. Creating a safe space means letting them vent, letting the emotions flow, and then also to intentionally listen. We have a saying in our home where we say emotions are valid, but they're not always true.
We want our family to be themselves, to present these emotions. So how do we make space for that in the family setup?
We live in such a world where perfection seems like a norm, and it's not. So it's literally reminding yourself you're human. It's being honest when you failed. Like, I'm so sorry I didn't show up on time. It's really just letting a kid feel what they feel. Our reaction sometimes to the feelings of the little ones makes them realize, oh, she doesn't like me when I'm like that. Vulnerability lets people in. And it also shows them that I'm not perfect. I'm not doing as you think I am. I see moms sometimes wanting to be strong for their kids in a situation where that could have been a teachable moment. You can't fix all your kids' problems for them, but you can just hold it for them and be there with them and let them know that I'll be here.
How do we remedy it?
So, of course, there's counseling. But then, of course, you can also go to taking actual remedies. There's a remedy, for example, called NatMur. And NatMur is for people who hold their emotions and they cannot cry and they suppress their grief and they will only cry when they are alone. On the flip side, you've got a remedy like pulsatilla where they can't keep any emotions and they're always hanging on to people and they're crying all the time. And when you take homeopathic remedies, it kind of brings balance.
Sometimes it's the little things that we need to release some of that emotion. Crying is a great way. Laughing is a great way. Connecting with another human being is a great way. Sometimes we just need a listening ear.
Ladies, thank you so much for your time. Wow. I want to thank you for joining this insightful journey of emotional first aid and resilience building within families. Our experts are amazing, but so are you. Thank you so much for trying your best to build your family and to help navigate and nurturing an environment where they can just thrive. My name is Ilana, and it has been an honor hosting you.